Have you ever wondered what the Big Bang means? Is there a simple and understandable definition of the world in which we live? Basically, what do the laws that govern our world and their formulas and definition mean to us? Can these mathematical rules and formulas be so simple that they are easier for us to understand? And what happened before the Big Bang? What is this before and after as the unique concept of the time? Is there an understanding of the exact meaning of time for us? Is time created or did time start with the Big Bang? Is time an abstract concept? And what are all this for us and for our consciousness and perception? And what does it have to do with the physical laws and mathematics that govern the universe? I will tell you the answers to all these questions in this or future episodes of these videos. So stay with us and follow this program and our future plan. Just click the subscribe button and let us just start. I want to start a little before the Big Bang, which is the beginning of time, or as it's said in cosmology, that the Big Bang is the beginning of everything in the universe. But I want to tell you that it's not all the case that the Big Bang was the beginning of everything. We should not bother ourselves too much or look for physical formulas and related laws that were known before the Big Bang and what physical laws were in place there. Today we know full well that based on the models of the universe that we have observed and the universe that came into being after the Big Bang, we know that this universe could not have come into being by chance from any absolute or singular point. Cosmological data tells us that what has been gained from observing stars and galaxies and the distributions of matter and energy throughout the present universe suggests that there must have been a universe before the Big Bang, and that the Big Bang was the result of it. It is taken because the distribution of stars and galaxies and matters and energy within and between that is such that it cannot be formed from a singularity and random point that called the Big Bang. So the specific and logical result at this stage can be the understanding that the Big Bang cannot be a specific point or a specific time as the beginning of time in the universe. This means that there was no conscious and coincidence in the emergence of the Big Bang. The Big Bang does not start from a specific point or place, but it is a continuation of the movement of the universe from a previous stage, the stage of contraction that begins to expand and open again before everything reaches a point where it can concentrate. Just like the sides of a two-dimensional score or a three-dimensional cube that open apart. However, our world also has time as its fourth dimension. These are the result of data from cosmological estimates, but there is basically a solid mathematical reason behind this argument that the universe could not have started from the absolute and from nothing. This argument is that if the universe before the Big Bang wanted to be made of nothing, then the whole or the existing universe, that is the universe that we have and which we are talking about, that must have against nothing. That means the whole set of the universe as one is against nothing. And there is an absolute set of reference and nothing in front of it. And apparently, this set must have arisen from nothing. But therefore, this argument is rejected on the basis of mathematics and based on the mathematical fundamental of Russell. This is proved that this argument is not fundamentally correct. That is based on the fundamental of Russell in mathematics. It becomes that a universal reference set versus an empty set as an absolute cannot exist. But we see that our present universe exists and believe in it, at least in a very, very small period of it. So we must abandon this argument that there is something like, we named it nothing or no, or not, or the Big Bang is created from nothing. This is not correct. And the result is that the universe cannot come into being by chance from nothing. So if the universe did not come into being because nothing does not exist, then the universe must have continued from another place and from another past. But this past is the result of the same past that in cosmology we call this the theory of the mirror universe. That means the universe and time has always existed, and so there is no starting for time. There is no specific place for starting of the time. Yes, our universe is just a mirror reflection of that universe that has always existed from infinite minus to infinite positive and continue as a defined line from infinite minus to infinite positive, with the difference that the universe is not linear, but a four-dimensional universe with 3 physical dimensions and 1 temporal dimension, as we name it, time. This idea is fully consistent with the laws of quantum physics and Einstein's theory of general relativity, and can serve as a basis for finally reconciling the 2 great theories that govern the universe. By combining these 2 theories, a single concept called the mirror universe is created, on the basis of which everything and all events can be explained. Based on this, we can be led to a single theory that explains the whole universe, something that Einstein basically dreamed of finding for the rest of his life. Another reason we can say that mirror universe theory works as the mathematical reason that exists in the set theory, and we name it the number theory, according to which sets of real numbers range from infinitely negative to infinitely positive. Each point on this axis, and each point on this axis of numbers has a corresponding and symmetric negative point, also called mirror point, which is exactly equivalent to the same point on the other side of the coordinate axis. In this way, and with these descriptions, we can find that the corresponding negative or mirror point of any point in this universe, even if it is infinitely far from the starting point of the Big Bang, can be existed. This means that large dimensions in this universe, such as stars or galaxies, or even the solar system and the planet Earth, or even human themselves, have corresponding and exactly negative symmetrical point in the mirror universe. These infinitely large points in our macroscopic universe that follow the laws of general relativity have corresponding points in the mirror universe that become the small and negative and follow the laws of quantum mechanics. This is where, in fact, the two theories of general relativity and quantum physics concede in a way and become in one theory. This is very important. It's not an attempt to make these two theories as quantum mechanics and general relativity in one theory, but by considering the theory of the mirror universe, it becomes clear that these two theories are in fact two sides of the same equation, and there is no difference between them. We are not trying to make them together in one theory, but if we can explain that they are the same as each other, then one of the great problems of the physics will be solved. I have to explain that in the theory of quantum mechanics, time loses its spatial meaning. A particle can exist in several places at the same time, and most importantly is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. According to this principle, no event has a quaternary for itself to happen, but a set of different probabilities for an event is considered. Only one of them, but definitely becomes a reality, and that's when the position of each particle is exactly measured or verified. And this is exactly what happens to all the things and events that occur around us for every tiny particles of physical objects or matters. In the case of what happens, it has a temporal position and three specific physical positions that we call that the physical dimensions, namely length, width, and height. In simple terms, we can say that all the states of probabilities imagined in quantum physics for elementary particles are conceivable in the mirror or symmetric universe for all large objects. But ultimately, in our present universe is only a definite state and only one occurrence within the framework of three physical dimensions and one specific dimension that we name it time. In other words, every specific event that happens to matter with large and macroscopic dimensions is governed by the laws of general relativity as equivalents in the mirror world, whose dimensions are very small and also very governed by the quantum mechanics. Through this theory, we can say that we named a big theory like the mirror universe. The two great theories of physics are linked and merged with this theory as the mirror universe. And the main problem in physics is solved by the device considering the theory of the mirror world or the mirror universe along with the Big Bang theory. We'll talk about this in more detail in the next videos.